Welcome back to another breakdown. We're breaking down Colorado defensive back Carter Stoutmire and going over his past season. He played as a true freshman. Some people have different opinions on him, but we're going to check out the film and see, what T. Cal and Buffton Prime see. And then we're going to talk about it and tell you more about what we expect from this season.
Well, hello, who's next? Can't nobody stop us cause we Buffton Prime. Well, hello, who's next? Are you capping, talking sauce, and do your words match your video? Well, hello, who's next? Can't nobody stop us cause we Buffton Prime.
What up? It's Buffton Prime. We back. CT the fan, T Cal the professor. We're going in the film room. We about to break down Carter Stoutmire. Played safety last year.
I played corner last year. Playing safety this year.
Oh, playing. I got moved to safety this year.
Mm-hmm.
Check him out. So he played in 9 games in 2023, started in one of them. His first game was in Arizona State. He had 11 tackles and a tackle for loss. He had a career high 6 total tackles against Stanford, and he blocked the kick against Arizona State. Let's get into this film. You know what the film do for us.
Yeah, let's get into the film in Stanford. We got the Stanford game. What else we got? We got Stanford and I think Arizona State. I think we watched them on both of those. So we're gonna check them out, see what it looks like, see what the film looks like, and go from there. So let's see. Stanford, we got him lined up at corner. He's gonna be playing corner all this game, and just Stanford's a rough game for pretty much everybody. Yeah, everybody. So there's stuff we gotta talk about. So I'm gonna break down his film, his technique, and what I like and don't like. So here we got that corner press technique. Not sure what is occurring here, but misses with the outside hand, moves his outside foot first, and gets beat to his leverage. Guy takes off upfield. I don't know if there's a miscommunication or what, but had this quarterback been able to get this throw off, that is a touchdown.
Yeah, that was an easy touchdown.
Yeah, that's a tough one. All right, here he is, comes down, makes the tackle. Let me go back and look at his technique on this. Let's see. So he's playing off man coverage, outside leverage, meaning he's in man coverage, so he has this guy one-on-one, but he's going to stay outside to try to take away any out-breaking routes like these. So he's in better position. But the guy runs an in-breaking route. I don't like the distance here. I'd like to see him a lot closer. But he ends up closing it, makes a tackle in a decent play. Okay, this one is a tough one.
Wow, nice hit on the quarterback, though.
Yeah. Who was that? That was a quarterback running that?
Yeah, it looks like it's a quarterback running it. Off the keeper.
Okay. So looks like Carter's guy is this one coming to motion right here. Now, when he inserts, this wide receiver inserts, Carter has to insert. Mm-hmm. So Carter is expecting him to come all the way across the formation. That's why he comes out like this. But when you see your guy you're in man coverage with insert, you got to insert right there. So he doesn't do that. Otherwise, he should be right there to hit this guy as soon as he gets into the hole. Then stays outside leverage, so that's decent, but I want to see him recognize where the guy's motion is going. And that it happens a lot. So it's not anything specific to him where guys see a receiver going this way and they just take off in a sprint. And a lot of times it's called a return motion. They'll start this way and then come back this way. So you have guys in man coverage that stop looking and running all the way over here, and the receivers come just wide open on the other side. Let's look at him here at corner. And he is playing off man coverage. So it was good coverage to start. Like, I'm fine with everything he did to start.
Mm-hmm.
So he's playing at a 45-degree angle cock because he's inside leverage, so he doesn't want to let this guy inside. I'm good with that. And now he's trying to collision to get hands on. I'm okay with that as well. Now this part, he has to understand the guy's body position as far as when he's dropping his hips, because that's a drill we used to work on every single day. When the receiver drops their hips, you drop your hips so you can get out of the break well. Now, being slow out of the break is fine.
Right.
But he's like completely turned facing that way. I don't like that. And see how long it takes him to get out of that break. Now, ball doesn't go that way, but where the ball goes that way or not, view man coverage and there's something to coach on, we're going to look at it. Okay, comes downhill. Kind of makes the tackle. He's going to get credited for that tackle.
Yeah.
Love everything other than the actual tackle. So this is kind of like what we talked about before, crack replace. So this guy's, for sense of this, what we're explaining is cracking this DB. So if your man, as in Carter Stoutmire's man, cracks that DB, you have to replace that DB because now he's not going to be able to get to where he needs to get. So now you have to make up for that. So let's see it here. So he sees that, comes downhill. Now this is a lot of room. A lot of bad things can happen here. And I don't have a problem with him, even if we count this as a missed tackle. Because if you miss your tackle, it has to be out here.
Right.
Because then you force him
to
do what he's doing, either stop his feet, cut back, or try to jump over you. And that allows your teammates to run inside out. And that's what happens. So I like that play. I really like that play. And then we'll show it again from this angle. As soon as this happens, Carter has to shoot downhill, and he does that. Yeah, great leverage. Yeah, that's a great play.
Yeah, he was there, man. He was there. He was where he's supposed to be. Good job, Carter.
Okay, this one it ends up being a really good play. Like, he makes a fantastic play right here. However, in zone coverage, where do I want your eyes?
On the quarterback.
On the quarterback. So it looks like they're double. I don't know what's going on over here. Everybody's open. But it looks like they're doubling this guy.
That guy's wide open. He's freaking in the end zone.
And I'm fine with when he decides to come downhill. It looks like he might be in a double man. So he's actually supposed to be looking that way to start. So, okay, I'm good with that. Now, some people would be like, hey, this guy's in front of you. Come downhill now. But that's called taking the cheese. That's taking the $1 bill right here and leaving the $100 bill wide open in the back of the end zone.
Right.
So he takes his time with getting downhill because you can stay back and rally up and make the tackle, but you can't rally up and then get back and make that interception. So I'm good with that. Want him to take a better angle. It looks like he has some wasted steps back there. I also prefer, some coaches teach different, but for his head to be on this side, cutting him off, stopping his momentum. But even without that, makes that tackle and gets him out at the one.
And that looked like against a tight end or a big receiver.
And I think this was a 2-point conversion. So you see it, man. Everybody open. Yeah. But comes down. Yeah, it's tight end for sure. That's a big play by him. Really big play. All right, now we got him at corner up top. I like that. I like everything he did right there. Even though the ball doesn't go his way.
Right.
Like that. Doesn't have to open up as much, but that's a good play. Now, that's not why I have this on here. So, Omarion Cooper, he gets beat inside and trips and falls. And then receiver take. I know y'all remember this play. Any Colorado fans, I know y'all remember this. Shiloh tries to chase him down. But look at Carter running all the way from the backside.
Yeah.
That's the mentality you need to have. That's what I want to see from my players. If I'm a coach, I want to see those guys 1,000 miles away from the play, running down with no quit. And look at him flying.
Boy, he coming in.
And he had to run a significant amount of yards to get there. So I really like that play by him. So he gets beat right here. It's man coverage. But right here, he's looking back and he feels like he's getting blocked. So he thinks it's a run block. But it ends up being a flea flicker.
Trick plays.
And if people don't know what a flea flicker, this is exactly what it is. So watch this. So they hand it off to the running back, toss it back to the quarterback, and then the quarterback passes it again. So the reason he gets beat right here, his eyes in the backfield, but he felt run block, initially saw a run. I would expect the exact same thing. Now he's like, oh, shoot, we gotta get back to the receiver.
Right.
So now he bails, gets back to the receiver. Good recovery by him. That would have been a huge interception right there. Really big interception. I like most of this except the top of the route. Right here. He's patient, gets that hand on. This is great position for a cornerback. Great position. But then you see him where he a little slower out of the break and then gets to it later. And you see him, again.
Hustling back to the ball.
Completely out of the play, man.
He is definitely not the matador.
No. Completely out of the place all the way over here. Completely out of the play. And you see him running to the ball, trying to make a play. That's the kind of guys I want on my team. That's elite effort. Elite effort. All right, here he is. Okay, yeah, let me watch this. See what they're in. So it looks like he's outside leverage right here.
Mm-hmm.
What I mean by that is he's on this guy's outside shoulder. That's how it looks like he's the line. And that means he wants to force him to go inside and then he stay outside. So let's take a look at it. Yeah, it looks now here he shoots with the wrong arm. When you shoot with that wrong arm, meaning the inside arm, when the guy is already beating you inside, it locks up your hips. So his right side of his hip, everything's locked up. Versus if he were to shoot with his either move his feet first, he's fine, or shoot with his left hand, because when you shoot with your left hand, it will naturally open up this hip so you can run with him. But he still gets back to it in great position, fantastic position on that. And from watching this film, I feel like I know people had a lot of things to say about him for this game and other games. He looked like a true freshman corner to me.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know, like it's what I expect to look like from a true freshman corner. But there's nothing that I'm seeing that's like, oh, he can't play, or hey, he's going to be a liability. No, he's a true freshman corner. He's learning. He's getting better. So from what I've seen, and you know, like I tell you, I cut it up quick, just so we have it, and then watch it live with y'all. And yeah, from what I'm seeing, it just looks like he's a freshman. Gets beat inside right here. That became a problem in this game. For those that didn't watch this game, Colorado was getting beat inside over and over and over again on slant routes, which on slant route, this is
the crossing routes was the problem.
Getting beat over and over again. So being inside leverage helps prevent that. We got him at playing off man right here. Immediately, he changes his position to take away the inside hard. So I'm okay with that. Now, this is what we call a sluggo. So
thanks, quarterback, for a bad throw.
So remember, CTY, I told you, everything an offense does, they always have a counter for it.
Right.
Bait. Like they always have a counter for it. So if we're killing you doing this all game, we know that you're going to start to play it harder. So what do? We run what's called a sluggo, which is a slant and go. So they start running the slant, fake it for a DB to come downhill, and then go high. Anytime you get a team doing something repetitive, typically they're trying to lull you to sleep. They're trying to set you up later to, get the big home run play. And that's exactly what they're doing right here. So watch again. Slant, go.
Oof, yeah.
And the ball was just thrown inaccurately. Otherwise, that's a touchdown. Okay, here he is at the goal line. So looks like this is his motion guy coming back. I remember what I said. Your guy inserts.
You got to go.
Right here, right now. Gotta be there.
Wow.
Runs back this way, not sure what was going on with his eyes, and then leaves a wide open gap.
Yeah, that's on you, Carter.
Yeah, and again, that is true freshman. But I mean, I see older guys do this all the time. But what we call it anywhere on the field, but especially down here, is eye discipline. You have to have eye discipline at the goal line because it's so tight and there's so many moving pieces that it's easy for guys to lose where they're going. Like one of the main plays at the goal line, I promise y'all, any level, high school, college, NFL, any level of football. They will have this tight end right here, offset from the ball. And what they'll do is they'll have them come back across the screen and run right into the flats. And the reason they do that is because when teams play man, especially after a play action,
right,
they'll lose him. When these linemen stand up, these are big linemen.
Yeah.
They'll lose sight of this guy. And then he'll pop up over here and you'll see somebody trying to chase him from the backside. So it's really important to have eye discipline down here in the red zone. And then again, got to insert where he inserts. Got to be there. It's touchdown. Okay, got him at cornerback. Everything except the end of that I loved. He was patient to start. Really like that.
Right.
Let me move this so we can really take a look. Patient, staying square. Love this. Except I'm not going to let you dance forever. Okay.
Reach out and touch you?
No, not touch him. Punch through his chest. At some point, the dancing's done. And he reaches with the wrong arm again. What that causes is his hip to get locked. So now he has to open up that hip, which gets him beat by a step. Gets back on it and gets the catch. But I want you to be inside leverage and take that away. It's really good to start. Gosh, it was really good to start. And he gets broke off at the top of it. So let's watch it again. See, he's cutting him off with his feet.
Right.
Gets two hands on it, 2-to-1. 2 hands to 1 hand. Love that. Perfect position. Now you got to feel his hips starting to drop. When his hips drop, your hips drop. And then you can undercut that. That's what I want to see more in regards to that. And I'm actually going to pull up a clip to show you exactly what I'm talking about, because I think it's important that people understand, being able to drop your hips like that and
right.
make that play and understand what I'm talking about when I say that. So how do you feel about his film so far from what you're seeing?
From what I'm seeing, I mean, I like that he hustles. He gets after the ball.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He's like, you can see the potential there.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely needs some coaching up.
This is one of the best videos that I've seen on this. This is a corner. Amari Jackson, I think, is at Boston College. I just did a film review on him, but watch how he plays this comeback route, that same type of route. Drops hips, beats him through, and makes the pick.
Wow.
That's what it looks like at an elite level.
Being
able to drop.
You said his name Amari Jackson?
Yeah.
Yo, you need to hit that transfer portal.
That is a tough play. And this isn't because he actually knew what the route was. Like cheating, knowing what the route was, because I watched games of him it looking just like that. So that's what I want it to look like in regards to, how you break when a receiver breaks. And
his speed was different.
it's not even the speed as much as the quickness and the timing. It's more timing than speed. I don't care how fast you are.
Mm-hmm.
If you have the right timing, you can make that play. If you can run 4.2 and not that play if you don't have the timing down and things like that. Just saw this. Do they even teach punching anymore? He's talking about in press coverage. It's taught, at least from what I understand, but I don't know. I see a lot of corners that don't want to put hands on, and I don't want to blame it on 7-on-7, but I feel like technique has gotten worse over the years, in my personal opinion. Let's keep on with Carter's film. So on this, let me see if he's inside leverage. Believe he's supposed to be inside leverage, and yes, Colorado fans, I know the 12 men on the field was crazy. But when you're inside leverage, you cannot get beat to your leverage. You have to stop him and get in front of him. So, because at the goal line, you got to be between him and the ball. And right now, he's not.
Got to be Malcolm Brown.
Yeah. Or not Malcolm Brown. Malcolm Butler.
Malcolm Butler. Right. Malcolm Butler. Yes.
This is that's a tough one, man. This is a tough one. So what makes this, there's multiple things that go wrong here.
Right.
One, inside leverage. Can't let him beat you inside. That's number one. Now, if he beats you inside, you cannot look at the quarterback, and he has eyes on the quarterback, so he's losing vision on this receiver. So one, he's beat inside, so he's in catch-up mode, trying to catch up to the receiver, thinking it's a slant, and he needs to break it up. Also, his eyes are on the quarterback, loses sight of the receiver. Receiver gets that little bit of separation. And that's a bad thrown ball, by the way. Like, this ball needs to be outside, away from him. He does not throw it outside away. And Carter, if he had put his hand up, probably could have got a pass breakup on that. But yeah, that's a tough situation to be in. This is beautiful. Again, not the end. I want to see him got the break better. Still got the pass breakup though.
Yeah. See, he's growing.
But doesn't go for this inside move. This receiver, I talk about all the time, press coverage. All they're trying to do is move you off of your spot. Receivers want to go in a straight line. That was a terrible straight line. They want to go in a straight line. So their goal is to get there as quick as possible. So early on, they're going to try to move you off of your spot.
Right.
Yeah. I say it. No DBs have to listen to me. If you just go out and try it, just stand still right in front of them. Don't move and watch how much issue it gives receivers. So on here we see stays in great position, gets hands on. Now he's running a little too. He doesn't seem confident or comfortable. Like, it's almost like a panic run, and because he thinks this guy's going deep. So he's like panic running, trying to catch up to him, but he ends up running the comeback, come back this way, and he's slower out of his break. Now, slower out of his break, still is able to make a play on the ball, get the pass breakup. I like that play a lot.
Great. Yeah, that's a great recovery right there.
I think this is the very next play. At corner, I had to keep going back because I was like, is this the exact same play that I just did? But it's not. And they threw a flag. I don't know how this was a flag. I don't agree with it being a flag. Do not know how that was a flag. I know they're going to say, hey, he was face guarding. He didn't look back. That's fine. Don't care. But if we go from the top of it, the press, the patience, everything. Patience, get a hand on. Kind of missed on the jam, but it's cool. Stay in his hip pocket. You see him getting ready to catch the ball, play through his hands. And that's what he does. That shouldn't have been a pass interference. Top of the screen, that's another really good rep. And even though it's a run play, he don't know it's a run play. So watch how he plays that. Gets a hand on. Great position. I like it.
So he's flashing.
Yeah. I can see it.
Right.
I can see it. He's not there yet, but I can see it. All right. Got him against Arizona State. Good patience. Gets kind of beat inside, but gets back to, he finishes in good position.
That's wild, because as a fan, when I see you saying he finished in good position, I'm like, well, the receiver's in front of me. He's running behind the receiver.
Yeah.
How's that a good position?
Exactly. And there's a few reasons for that. One, so we're man coverage right here. It's cover one. Man, 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 man. Now, the other part about this is near cover one, you have this middle high safety right here. So if we keep going with this play, let's look here. So keep going with it. He's right here. If the ball isn't thrown here, this safety's still back here.
Right.
So he's outside leverage on him in a perfect position. This is trail position, and there's different. And what I mean by trail is how far he is behind the quarterback. Right. Or behind the receiver versus if he's right on his hip, mid hip, top hip. So this is top hip, mid hip, trail. 3 different positions you can play from. And at those 3 different positions, you need to play your receiver and the ball differently. So even with that, if this is a post route, which it is, and this ball is not thrown, he has safety help right here.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So he's in great shape. Because either the ball is going to get underthrown to him or it's going to get overthrown to the safety. So he finishes in great shape right there. But yeah, as a fan perspective, it's not always, hey, the receiver is slightly in front of him.
That he's beat. What do you mean? How's that perfect position? He's toast already.
Really like this one. and I just did a video on Twitter about this, about slingshot. So Carter's playing inside leverage, meaning he doesn't want this guy to get inside. I don't like how far he's backpedaling. And I saw the corner struggle with that last year. The way I played is my first step, usually I'd switch it up some, usually would be lateral.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to cut you off from where you're trying to go and make you run the hoop around me, like this hoop, versus when you just keep moving backwards and you don't put hands on or anything, you're not doing anything. Yeah.
Right.
There's no point. If you're going to play press, go up and touch somebody.
Right. That's what I'm thinking. Like, if you're going to play press, they need to touch.
So here, I'm good with this. Mm-hmm. He knows he's supposed to be inside leverage. And then when the guy takes the inside release, that's giving him a hint of where his route will go.
Right.
So he slingshots to the inside and gets back to his original leverage position. I love that play by him. I think that's a high IQ play. I like that a lot. Top of the screen, comes down, makes a good tackle. I believe we're in cover 2 right here. Yeah, we're in cover 2 right here. So cover 2. We got flat player, a hook player, this safety has deep, this safety has deep, flat player, hook player, hook player. So Carter's job is to play high to low, meaning if this guy, let me get the arrow back. If this guy were to run this corner route,
right,
he needs to be underneath it. And then if the ball gets thrown to this running back right here, then he comes downhill on it.
I was wondering, like, well, who's going to take this wide open running back coming out the backfield?
And any type of defense, you're going to have strengths and weaknesses.
Right. Okay.
Give and take. So what they're trying to stop is a steep route. Hey, right, I'll let you catch the ball and get 5 yards, but I'm not going to let you get 15 to 20 by running that corner route. So this is his job right there. So he sees the ball thrown because his eyes are on the quarterback, his own coverage, comes down, makes a good tackle. It's a solid play by him. All right, out here again. Ooh, that's a toughie. Not sure what is going on here. So they're in zone coverage. Okay. Where's this safety go?
Oh, it's bad. I mean, look at the two defense players are starting to collapse on the running back.
Where? Right here?
Yeah, watch these two. They just let it. So, it's zone. I don't know.
Yeah, they're in zone, but just like I was saying, you got to play high to low. Because when you do this, one, if this guy right here was just running straight, there's nobody there. He's by himself running straight. The other issue, and I saw this from Shiloh a lot. I saw this from the Colorado DBs a lot. You have to reroute.
Right.
You have to get hands on these guys to slow them down and redirect where they're going. Otherwise, you make it extremely tough on this safety right here. So watch. They don't touch anybody. If he runs this and he runs this, it's no chance he gets there.
Right.
Not a chance at all. Now what Carter's thinking is this guy's running like this, so he's trying to squeeze to get closer so he can make a play. So he's squeezing right there, but then he ends up running out like that. He was wide open there. Quarterback doesn't take that throw and ends up being incomplete.
Thank you, quarterback. And that was a terrible throw, by the way.
Yeah, it was.
Man.
Carter's at top, comes down, make the tackle. Misses the tackle. Misses the tackle. I think those are things you can coach.
We got to work on tackling. We got to get that shirt up.
Love this rep by him. Patient. Yeah, we got to be great tackling teams for sure. Patient. See, this guy gives, I'm telling you, DBs, I promise it can be so simple. All they're trying to do with all the fancy dancing is move you off of your spot.
Right.
So watch right here as he tries to move him with that little jab inside. He stays square in perfect position and runs with perfect position right here. Perfect position. Now, get off this block.
And get active.
Yeah, and he's fighting to get off. I'm like.
You seen the Arizona State? That was a crossing route they hit us with, huh?
I didn't see.
It looked like a crossing route.
Yeah. I mean, we couldn't guard them. So, all right. So Carter sees a screen right here.
Right.
Comes downhill.
Being blocked is a choice, and that was a choice he didn't. He said, "I'm not being blocked today."
Goodness gracious, how many times are they gonna run this? Comes down again. Yeah, we got to get better tackling. Got to get better tackling.
Got to wrap up.
Good, we're good. Man. We're good.
Oh,
we're good. I'm good with that coverage. We're good. I see him right here. Don't want to see you give up the inside that easy, and it happens easier when you're moving back.
Right.
When you're moving back like this, rather than going lateral, it's so much easier to give up the inside because guys end up doing things like this where they go back too fast. And when you go back too fast, you're creating a larger gap. So you have no choice but you can't put hands on. Even if you wanted to, you cannot put hands on. So keeps backing up, creates that wide open, ends up running a drag route, doesn't get thrown. Luckily. So here, it's cover 2 man under. CT, do you remember what I told you about the leverage for cover 2 man under? As far as the defensive backs, where they have to play and where they can't let anybody go?
You can't let anybody go. Is it to the outside?
Inside. Because.
All right. See. Look at that field. Right.
Cover 2. Man. If you get beat inside, there's nobody there.
Right.
Outside, your safeties are playing cover 2, so they're outside.
And you saw how the defense backs are lined in the inside.
And you see hard inside.
Yeah.
You go anywhere you want. You're not coming inside. And that's cover 2 man under. And the reason they do that is because you have no help inside. So you have to play to your strengths, which they're doing here. Now, let's watch him again here. So hard inside. This is a hitch route. Meaning like that. This is a hitch route.
Right.
So he's driving on that. When the quarterback starts scrambling, then this guy's like, okay, I need to improvise. So this wasn't a called hitch and go.
Right.
Where he's going to hitch and then go upfield. No. So Carter's driving what the route is. He doesn't know this guy's scrambling. Once he's scrambling, then he gets loose and then throws this ball, but it's out of bounds.
Yeah.
Opens the gate right here. And he doesn't do that much. He doesn't do it much. But inside leverage, move lateral. I know y'all probably tired of hearing me saying it, but I want you to move lateral. Opens the gate, gives him a free release, so he's able to run straight without being impeded, but in good position there. And let me see. Okay, so that's why he opened the gate. Still don't like it, but it's cover 2 man again.
Okay.
So he's saying, I'm taking the inside away. Taking the inside away. You see, everybody's taking the inside away.
So you're right. You said they were getting killed on the slant, so they just like strap. Yeah. We're going to take this inside clean away.
And not only does cover 2 man take the inside away, but since you know you have safety help over the top,
right,
it allows you to play a lot more aggressive on these underneath routes because you're not worried about getting beat deep, because if they keep running deep, you got a safety right there to help you. So that's why he's on this so tight. So yeah, he opened the gate, but I'm okay with it because he's doing his assignment. In his hip pocket, it's a good throw. It's a good throw. It's a good throw. It's a back shoulder throw.
At some point, does he not? So is he not required to look back? This is what always confused me as a fan, because you'd be like, okay, one play you'll see, and the defense back doesn't even look back, and then there's no flag. But then it'd be like the very next play, there's a flag, and you're like, oh,
so
how is that? Is that just up to the ref discretion or what?
Yeah.
Oh, so okay, now we're all doomed.
The defensive back rules are until you're in phase, meaning like you're right on his hip, like hip and hip, you're not supposed to look back for the football.
Right.
Because if you look back for the football, that allows for the receiver to continue to gain distance from you.
Right.
So you're supposed to run until you get in phase, and then you can look back for the football. So right here, he wasn't in phase. That's why he didn't look back. But even had he, this would have been worse had he looked back.
Right.
Because this looks like a fade route to him. So he thinks the ball's going deep right here. But they're doing a back shoulder fade. And on a back shoulder fade, instead of throwing it deep like this, the quarterback's going to throw it to this inside shoulder.
Right.
So that basically the guy is able to spin out of it. So if Carter turns his head right here, he's going to keep running thinking it's a deep fade. And then you have this guy pivoting out for the back shoulder. And the quarterback on this play threw him open. What I mean by that is he's not open right now.
Right.
But he put it in a spot where it made him open.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
That's a great play. Like, I really, if I'm coaching him, he's on scholarship too.
He's on scholarships too. I can dig it.
He's on scholarship too. Like that's a tough play. And you'll see it here. Yeah, tough play.
That's the Will Shepherd, right?
Yeah.
All right, gotcha.
The back shoulder, absolutely. So that's what we got on Carter Stoutmire. And I know that a lot of people had a bunch of things to say, especially from the Stanford game.
Yeah.
The Stanford game, at least to me, didn't look as bad as I thought it did. I know he ended up getting an argument with Coach Prime, who I believe is his godfather, during the game. People saw him yelling at him on the sidelines. And he just recently came out and said what happened. And he said it was because he was told by the coaches to play outside leverage, but he kept giving up slants, and the coaches were mad that he was giving up slants. And CT, what's the phrase I always tell you about coaching?
Overcome your coaching.
Overcome your coaching. I love my mom to death. If my mom tells me, hey, go line up on the left side of the street and stand in front of the cars. Like, hey, after I get hit a few times, I'm like, hey, Mom, I love you, but I'm not standing here no more. I'm going to go over to this side where I'm not going to get hit.
Right.
I don't care what your coach tells you. If they keep running slants and you know they're running slants, go inside leverage. Take the slant away. Coach, you can yell at me after the game, but you're not going to have me on national TV getting cooked. That's not going to happen.
Facts.
I'm not going to stay outside when I know it's inside route. Forget that. I'm going to go be a ball player. So
how do you feel about them moving him to safety?
So I do see that question right here. I think he can be a good corner. I haven't watched some one-on-ones from last summer just to see how he moved. I think he can be developed into a good corner. I think he has a lot of potential at corner. And it's little things. Like I said, working on, if I was his coach, every day in my individual period, I'd have my guys doing those. It's the drill. Like we saw that guy in the comeback where you got a receiver or DB next to you. You're doing the drill in individual period, and you guys are running, and just every few yards, you have one of the players just drop down like he's going to break. Right. So then the defensive back can work on reacting to that and just practice that all the time. That was one of the main things I saw. Other things, which I say all the time, is, moving more lateral, cut them off with your feet. And he cut people off with his feet better than I've seen a lot of the corners from Colorado do. So a lot
of stuff is technical with him.
Yeah, so technical.
Because I feel like watching him as a cornerback, I was like, first I'm starting to understand the difference between the significance of the cornerback and the safety playing like, hey, no, these guys got two different, completely
different jobs.
Nobody, you just can't send your safety down in the middle because it's like you gotta be able.
Bombs over Baghdad.
Right. Yeah, so when you're a defensive back, it matters now. Like it matters. Hey, like I don't know my safety cover. So I thought he did pretty good as a cornerback. Also, I think that because it's the technical stuff, like what I'm saying, like, and I'm like, wow, but I feel like we didn't get enough to see, like when he was playing in zone, like. Do you feel like he could be a good safety? Like, is he, with the reading?
Yeah, I honestly didn't see anything from that would make me want to put him at safety.
Right, that's what I was trying to get at. Like, I just didn't see anything. Like, I feel like he can continue to grow as a cornerback.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because he has that there. Yeah, because I mean, like as a true freshman, he was still doing pretty good, bro. Yeah. And but to say they're gonna, because I'm like, I don't want it to be a situation where they move him to safety and then move him back to cornerback. Because at that point, you're kind of messing up dudes. Like,
I've been there.
Right. Yeah.
Personally,
Facts. Right.
I've been there.
All that moving around. Yeah.
Safety. So, yeah, man, I agree. From what I've seen, I like. Now, he looked just like a true freshman corner. Not a bad true. Like way better than Cormani.
I was about to ask you that. Does he look better than that five star that everybody was going hyping crazy about?
Not even close. Way better than Cormani.
You know what else I like about him? Hey, even the plays that he got, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm back. You always say cornerbacks need to have very short memory because you're going to line. And that, I feel like Arizona, they were really trying him because, you know, I think that was the first game he started. And
I think that was his first game.
So they were coming after him, bro. Like, they were coming after him.
Yeah, the true freshman. So, yeah, I definitely think you can be coached up. I mean, now you see true freshman, D'Angelo Pons.
Yeah.
Crazy. Not supposed to look like that as a true.
I'm starting to see that too, bro.
Not yet. The more we watch corners, you compare to his film. So, yeah, it's.
I got a lot of respect for cornerbacks, honestly, bro. I just like, man, because a receiver, you got to know where this receiver going. Like, and you got to depend on them to tell you, you know, and you got to be there. I think that's the crazy. I know where I got to go, but you got to figure out where I got to go, which is sometimes, you know, how the referee's calling the game. Are they going to let you be physical or they're not going to let you be physical? And I wonder, like, if you come out and you set the tone early, like you saying, like, if I jam you on the line, boom, set the tone early. And then, okay, the referee's going to let that go or the referee's going to be calling it, you know, but you're setting the tone early, right?
That's why early on, I'm going to get in your chest. Like, I'm gonna try to jam you to the ground and set the tone so everybody know what type of day it's gonna be.
And even getting in his head, right? Like, hey, you gonna be here all day. You got to feel it, right?
And so we're gonna respond to this. Can you read that?
The CU know-it-alls were talking about his weight. They were there. That's where the safety talk started.
Gotcha. So we're gonna pull up a couple. Now, I'm not comparing him to them skill wise. I'm just comparing the body types. So 5'11", 205, Darrelle Revis.
That's the island.
6 foot, 220. Can you guess what that is?
6 foot, 220? A cornerback?
Who ran 4.3, low 4.3. He's playing right now.
Not Sauce.
No. Y'all can guess in the comments
6
too.
foot.
Nah, because Sauce is like 6'3".
Not Diggs.
No. Older. He's older.
He's older.
You one more guess.
6 foot.
6 foot, 220. That's what he
weighed at. That's
what he weighed at the combine and then ran 4.31.
Not Ramsey.
No. Patrick Peterson. 6 foot, 220.
Peterson was different though, bro.
If you can, but if you're explosive, it don't matter.
That's
like if you can run, you 220.
I know that's
there's a lot of safeties in the league that ain't that size.
I was at 220.
220. Man, was Champ Bailey at the combine? Because he looked like
wow.
Yeah, he looked a little bit bigger. But yeah, I wouldn't the weight, like I played at 200 pounds in nickel in that corner. Real strapper. Okay, Champ was a lot smaller. He was 185. But yeah, like from here, and I don't know. I don't see the testing and stuff. I don't know their 40
I don't
times.
understand the safety move. After watching his film, I just don't see. Like I can see if you broke down some film and he was playing zone, I'm like, man, he does. You know, like he's really good in zone. Like how people stand out in certain but I really like him in zone.
And the other thing is, I don't care what his 40 time is. I don't know what the 40s they ran. He never looks slow to me on film.
Right.
So if you're not slow and you can cover, I see that he can cover. Like I went to Nevada as a corner. I was like, I'm going to corner. Told you I had the worst coach. I just tweeted about it. They brought an NFL coach, hired after I signed because the head coach fired the cornerback coach that recruited me when he just came in, fired him. And then he said, hey, I'm going to get a new guy. It was the tight end coach for the Indianapolis Colts.
Gosh, that's already bad.
To coach corners.
Cornerbacks. Yeah, that's bad, man.
And he came in, I've said it over and over, worst technique ever. I said, yeah, this is over. After this season, I'm either moving to safety or I'm gone. You're not going to have me out here looking bad with what you trying to tell us. So I moved to safety. Then in college, at A&M, I played safety, nickel, corner, everything. The Atlanta Falcons, I thought they wanted me as a safety. And they told me they actually wanted me at corner because of how I played in the nickel. So it's valuable to have guys that can play. It's extremely valuable to have guys that can play both. But it's a lot easier to go from corner to safety than safety. Boy,
I don't think what safety could you think about that could get it to corner? Maybe was it Honey Badger a safety?
I can tell you Mika can't. Mika Fitzpatrick.
Okay.
He played star just like me at Alabama the same year. So I was watching his film. He could do it. A lot of guys cannot do it. Tyrann Mathieu, he played corner, nickel, and safety. He played it all. So you got a few guys, but
it's different.
So they move into safety because they're too lazy to teach. Hey, I don't know specifically what's going on as far as in the meetings and stuff like that.
Lazy to teach. That's wild. That's wild to say that.
He practically ran down every miss. Yeah, no, he looked fast to me.
Yeah.
So there's nothing on the film. Because CT's saying there's nothing on film that's saying he would be better at safety.
Right.
And I'm saying there's nothing on film that telling me he can't play corner.
Right.
So either way, it's like, I don't really understand that. And I think we're thinner at corner for Colorado. So I won't be surprised if they move him back to corner. Come fall camp. But yeah, I watched a few one-on-one clips from last year as a true freshman. I liked the way he was talking. I liked his energy. I liked his feet. Like I think he can play. So yeah, there's a lot of Carter Stoutmire slander going around, and I'm not buying into it.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I mean, as a true freshman, I mean, in that, and think about the big scheme of everything, the big picture, that defense in a whole, right? And just how everybody was just like, it just, man, that, everybody was struggling. Everybody would have their, so, I mean, for him, for that film breakdown, like that. And what I noticed is, as we've been breaking down these films, like these teams will go, okay, all right, we figured out the crossing routes. Now we're going to try to kill them on slants. Like everything is, hey, we're trying to get you guys.
It's a copycat.
Right, to react. And then we go, boy, when he hit that.
Bust you over the head.
Yeah. I said, man, that's wild.
Yeah, it is a copycat sport. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him this year. I want to see him at corner, but if he's playing safety, it is what it is. I wouldn't be surprised if he could come play nickel. Like I'm excited to see him.
Really? You think he could get down and play nickel?
Mm-hmm.
Man, bro.
From what I've seen from his feet, yeah, I think he could play nickel for sure. Yeah, I think he could play nickel.
But then you still, if you were coaching him and you had 5-minute call and he's like, give me three things you'd like to see him really focus on as we're going into this new season. What out of what we just saw, what would be just three things
at corner?
At corner,
the first thing is work on dropping your hips and reacting to the receivers. Definitely the very first thing. The second thing would be he's really patient in his press, but I'd want him to either shorten up how deep his steps are when he's backing up, or I tell him to work, regardless, I tell him to work on eliminating them totally. So practice playing press where you don't move your feet back at all, where you're only going lateral. You know what, bro? We need to watch Darrell Reeves'.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna watch Darrell Reeves' one-on-ones on YouTube, so you can see what it looks like. We might do that right after this because it's special.
What do you?
Very special.
So you think? Wait till you get your third thing, then I ask my first.
Oh, then third thing. So we got those two. Oh, working on. I'm gonna do kind of two. So one is the hands. Same thing I have to say with Preston Hodge, not shooting with the wrong hand.
Right.
But the other thing, when I was at my best, like when I really got to being my best, is when I was comfortable being uncomfortable. Meaning, if I got comfortable in trail position,
right,
where you as a fan, you be watching and be like, hey, they better hope he don't throw it.
Because he toast.
That ball in there, you see me make play after play. And what I mean by being comfortable in that position is, like how I mentioned, I thought he was in a good position, but you could tell he was panic running.
Right.
And that's why he was slower to break on the comeback. And I'd want him to be comfortable being uncomfortable. So have that confidence, like play around and practice. Try to put yourself in those type of positions so you can see how you'll react and see how you cover against those. Versus when you got guys that, aren't comfortable with that, they panic. So I want you to put yourself in practice in more uncomfortable positions, because when you're confident, like, bro, when I'm in man coverage, dude could look like he's 2 yards away from me. Please throw it this way. I wish you would. And watch how I close on it and dive and make a crazy pass breakup. So that's what I'd like to see from him more. But he's a true freshman. Like, that's what I expect.
Expect him a true freshman?
That's those panic. I had the same thing as a freshman playing corner, where it's like, oh, I'm college, this guy's ahead of me, I got to catch up. I don't see anything that alarms me about him or doesn't make me think that he'll develop.
That's pretty impressive coming from UT.
Make sure that y'all definitely like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you feel like you gained any knowledge, learned anything through this, follow us on Patreon. Patreon has the early access, exclusive access. You can go on the link in this description of this video or on our actual YouTube channel, or just go to Patreon and search Buffed and Prime.
We're there.
Telling you there's a ton of stuff in there, a lot of great stuff. You can go on Patreon, search Buffed and Prime, select from 3 tiers, 3 great tiers with a ton of benefits. So make sure you guys check out those. Promise that you'll love them. And man, CT, what do you got to tell them?
Okay, to evolve. Drop our theme music.
Who's next? Who's next? Do your words match your video?
Yeah, this for my boy TKL. CT the fan. Yeah, we on that buff train, man. Yeah, the boys, they put it down. I watch them every day. Hey, they gonna put you on a pedestal, but they gonna put you down there where you belong. They ain't gonna care for you. Nah, they ain't gonna care for you. Yeah, they gonna love on you. They gonna tell you what to do to get yourself better.